Hi Ariana, it's Robin. I have your two different palettes open with your design. And palette-wise, you did some good work in terms of, kind of what you chose for your warm to your cool for your high key, and then your cool analogous. So you did some good work choosing the palettes as well as building the palettes. So that's good. Good to see that you're understanding how to, kind of use these palettes themselves and to build them. Design-wise, I think now I'd really like you to kind of bump up what you're doing with the design. This is kind of it looks like you just kind of experimented with, this sort of one circular prompt and then kind of added the gradient to it, but it's, it's a little, kind of very dense, and you're just not getting, much of a composition out of this. So I'd like to see you go back into this and see if you can, really use kind of the basics of the tools. Pay close attention to the design principles that we have. Look at the student examples that I've posted. Look at some of your peers' work, and you can see that, just kind of even just sort of changing the shape of a circle and then, applying the different colors. This is the one kind of example that's, this is even a very basic interpretation of the assignment. Some folks are doing a lot more. And then this one gets more complex in terms of, kind of having this sort of bubble kind of feel. But you can see just by changing the shape of the circles, kind of making a little bit of an overall shape and a pattern with them, that you start to get much more sort of visual interest. Same thing with this one. This one has, sort of the larger ring, and then it has the circles within it that sort of form this large floral shape, and then these kind of interesting circular forms that form its own design. So, I really want you to see what you can do to kind of bump up this aspect, because I think you can get a lot more out of this assignment. So I don't know if you're having trouble with the tools or viewing the tutorials, or if it's a time issue, but the tutorials that we have in our YouTube channel are very good with various sort of basic tools. There's one even specific for this assignment, as there is for each assignment, but I don't know that I get the sense that you're using the tutorials, and this just looks sort of like you experimented with one tool. So the problem is there's not much cohesion in this design. It's very dense, and it just doesn't have a focal point, and the placement is just kind of an odd sort of zigzag. So so I think you can get more out of it. You are starting to get a little bit of depth with how you placed the colors. These kind of look like they're going back in space, as do these, but visually I think you can do a lot more. You want to be sure that you don't have outline, and so we talked about that, because that's going to immediately flatten out all your shapes by creating this sort of visual barrier. So so I'd like to see you just work within the shapes and the colors themselves. Okay, so take another crack at this one, and let me know if I can point you to some other resources. Now, I do want you to understand that you can get tutoring, which is also available to you. You would just click on here, and then what you would get is you could have live tutoring for any of the software programs, and there's also these tutorials that you can have. This lynda.com is a little bit more of an advanced kind of method to learn how to do certain skills, but I would urge you, if you're really struggling and you just don't know how to do certain things that are very basic, then just start with this tutoring, and maybe just an hour or two would really help you with the basic tools. But viewing the tutorials is definitely the way to go, because she does the same thing. Okay, so I would like you to send me an email or respond in the thread that you did hear this, and let me know kind of what your plan is to work on this design issue. Okay, thanks.